Hi, I'm Linda Kass. I'm owner of Gramercy Books, and I also am the author of my third historical novel, Bessie, and I'd like to talk to you about that right now. Bessie is a fictional portrait of the early life of Bess Meyerson, who was the musically talented daughter of poor Russian immigrants, and she remarkably rose to become Miss America in 1945. When I read that Bess Meyerson won the Miss America contest on September 8, 1945, that date made me very curious. I knew she was a Jewish woman, and I knew what life at that time period, the 1940s, 30s, was like in terms of sentiment toward Jewish people, toward blacks, toward women. And this September 8th, 1945 was actually just days after the end of World War II and weeks after we bombed Japan. So it made me curious to look into her life and learn more about her. Well, I think any reader who loves historical fiction would gravitate toward Bessie. I think I would also call Bessie biographical fiction, and there's a lot of examples of that. One well-known example of that, written quite a few years ago, but people are still very familiar with it, is The Paris Wife by Paula McLean, which was about the first wife of Ernest Hemingway. Taking a real person and inhabiting that person, and creating the real life as seen in fiction, and yet using factual information about that person's background, but imagining many other aspects of that person's life. I would say of living authors that I really love, among them my top choices would be Kazuo Ishiguro, Ann Patchett, Jennifer Egan, and Tobias Wolff. And I guess the classic author I pull out here is Ernest Hemingway. Oh gosh, I'm reading constantly. I just finished and absolutely adored The Postcard. So that, just finished that 2 days ago. And I'm already now well into Small Mercies by Dennis Lehane, and really enjoying that book. I'm also reading, and I don't usually read two books at the same time, but this one is a nonfiction book, so I can kind of read them both, is Avid Reader by the editor and publisher Robert Gottlieb, who recently passed away. Wherever you are, you could go to your independent bookseller in your city. If you're in the Central Ohio area, I'd love you to come visit us at Gramercy Books, and you could get Bessie here. You could also order it online on bookshop.org. And love you to join me at my book launch, which is going to be on September 13th at 7 p.m. at the Jewish Community Center of Greater Columbus.